Well, guys, hello, this is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. Today we are going to make a caramel apple crunch tin candle. This tin candle will be for sale on my website. Guys, I'm bringing you along on a journey where I use these tins and I am making dessert candles out of them. And these candles will be definitely for sale. Aren't you excited? Yes. So let's talk a little bit about this candle. So today we'll be making this caramel apple crunch candle, and it is so beautiful. If you want to learn how to make this candle step by step, meaning that if you want to learn how to make the actual embeds, guys, you can click in the link in the description box where I have a full video teaching you how to make and paint embeds. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, listen. If you have not subscribed to my channel, now is the perfect time. Go ahead and do it. All right, so first things first, guys, this is going to be our whipped wax. Let's go ahead and test the color. Testing the color is just basically taking a piece of paper and dipping the wax onto it, like dripping it onto it just to see the color. And this is very light. So because of that, I added another dye chip in. This wax is still kind of hot. So me moving it around inside the wax, it will cause it to melt right away. So I'm stirring it around, and then I'm going to go ahead and I am going to test this color one more time just to see if it has darkened up. And it has. It's definitely the color that I wanted it to be. Sometimes when you use those dye, the liquid dyes, they can just be a little bit too dark. So I know with these dye blocks, I can get it the right color without using too much or overdoing it. So you want to just go ahead and stir it up. If you just poured your fragrance into there, which I did. I used a sour candy apple fragrance, and I used just a few fragrances. I used the apple caramel as well. So I mixed it all together, and it smells so deliciously yummy, guys. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow this to fully solidify, and after it fully solidifies, we're gonna whip it up. But let's get our embeds together. All right. So I'm pouring my embeds, my wax into my mold to make my apple sliced embeds, guys. And this is just plain wax. This is no color, and nothing is added to it. And if you want everything, remember, you can join the Patreon and it will give you the wax and everything. All right, so that is our whipped wax. And that is just probably after an hour of sitting, guys. Now it is ready to be whipped. And remember, if you want it to be a little bit softer, you just use the heat gun and just hit it with the heat gun lightly just to get it a little bit melted, but not much, because you don't want to mess with that hot throw. Okay, so these are our apple embeds, and they look perfect. They are ready to go on our candle. They couldn't be more perfect. And again, guys, if you want to make them, go in the description box. I have a video. This is the tin that we will be using. And we only will fill it up halfway, guys. You do not need to fill it all the way up, because once we start adding our whipped wax, we want to make sure we have enough room. This is the wax that we will be using, this light green. And this is a mix of paraffin and soy. So you want to go ahead and start piping into your candle. So I'm just going around and doing my normal stars, all throughout the candle, and, swirling it just a little bit. And I'm going to fill this candle up until I see it go up to the fill line. And that is pretty much it, guys. Fill it all the way in, get every corner, every crevice, and don't leave any of the white wax to be showing. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our apple embeds, and we're just sticking it right there and making sure that your wicks are in a good place and adding those finishing touches. And it's ready for takeoff. Now for the second part, you want to go ahead and trim your wicks, but also at the same time, you want to go ahead and get your caramel color wax ready. I use a blend of paraffin and soy to make my caramel drizzle, okay? And I mean, that's it. I honestly mixed some wax together because I wanted it to be really thick, and I wouldn't have got that if I would have just used just plain out, Parasoy. Okay, guys, so you are going to need you a glass pipette. I do not use the plastic ones. I love the glass ones because you can always just take a heat gun and knock that wax out of it. because the wax will get stuck in it. So just go ahead and do your tester just to see whether or not it's the color you want it to be. The reason why I chose to use this instead of gel is because sometimes when you use that gel wax, it honestly all the time it will seep into that whipped wax. You'll look up and that gel will disappear. It will bleed and seep into it. So I just rather not use that on candles that I know that's going to sit for at least a week. Okay, so what I noticed about this particular scenario right here was I did not wait. I was using my wax while it was still hot. You got to let it cool down just a little bit so that it can just go straight on there and get thick. I didn't want it to, you see me fanning it. I didn't want it to just be in one area. I wanted it to drip over the apples too. So that's why I just kept going back and forth over the apple, because that was the effect that I wanted. And you will see in the end exactly what I meant. Okay guys, so it is finished with the drizzle part, but we're not quite finished. I'm just going to go and add some touches. And even after I put this next phase with the crumble, I went back and I added more drizzle to it once I added my crumble to it. I just wanted it to look realistic as possible. So I added some crumble that I made out of paraffin wax. And guys, this candle really came out so beautiful. So subscribe to the channel, guys. Go ahead and like my videos. If you want the candle, click the link in the description box. You can purchase it off my website along with a few other things. But guys, stay tuned because this website will be off the chain when I'm finished. This candle looks so beautiful. All right.